Today we are focusing on the fine art and the future starring me and my nana. In today's episode we are going to be talking about the rich and dynamic worlds of the creative industries, with a little bit of a special focus on the fine arts and the illustration world. I'm your host Katie, and today joining me is someone who's been a huge inspiration in my creative journey, which is my nana.
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be here and to delve into such an important and ever-evolving field. My name is Anne and I'm Katie's nana.
What we'll be looking at today is the creative industries, about what they are, how the fine art and illustration world fit within them, the roles of sustainability and ethics, as well as some community spaces, industry trends and key figures who help shape the world. Section 1, what are the creative industries?
Let us begin by defining the creative industries. Simply put, they're the sectors that use creativity, skill and talent to generate cultural, school, social and economic value.
These are the industries that are included: advertising, architecture, crafts, design, film, television, radio, photography, publishing, museums, galleries, music, and not to mention the visual and performing arts. Fine art and illustration are located right at the heart of this landscape.
And in simpler terms, creative industries are about community ideas, visually, digitally or physically, whether through books, exhibitions, animations, photography or illustrations. Creativity underpins everything. Section 2, understanding illustration as a creative industry.
To put it in short, illustration is a field where ideas and stories are transformed into visual images. Also, illustrators work with a traditional drawing technique, digital tools, or a combination of both.
A successful illustrator understands the client's briefs, adapts to different styles, collaborates with specialists and meets deadlines while also providing strong creative input.
Another thing to mention, illustrators contribute to many sectors such as publishing, comics, graphic novels, advertising, character design, branding, education, and children's book illustrations. Their versatility supports countless other creative professions. Section 3, local creative organisations and community impact.
Creative industries thrive on community engagement. An example of this is the Portland Basin Museum in Ashton-under-Lyne. It's not just a museum, it's a heritage centre showcasing industrial history. It does canals and local culture. It regularly hosts exhibitions and supports accessibility through canal trips and student artwork.
Another building we should mention is the Ashton Ink Tattoo Studio, which was opened in 2020. It represents how creative spaces can support well-being whilst also offering inclusive environment, especially for the neurodivergent LGBTQ+ clients.
There is also the White Magic Studios in Drawston, which specialises in the children's illustration and visual literacy. They do print and digital platforms like Amazon, and they help audiences engage with stories visually, both young and old.
And finally, of course, we can't forget Manchester Art Gallery, a major cultural institution which was opened and has been open since 1883. Over 400,000 visitors annually visit this building. It hosts free expeditions, workshops and events across fine art, fashion and design. Section 4, art, well-being and creative therapy.
Creativity doesn't just entertain, it also heals. The Sound and Sound Centre in Ashton, in Hyde, founded by Masha Bennett, uses creativity therapy techniques like sound therapy and sound healing, and this supports mental and emotional well-being.
Also, this shows the creative industries supporting not only cultural and economic life, but also the health and well-being of others in the community. So Section 5, Sustainability in Fine Art. Sustainability in fine art means combining creativity with environment responsibilities.
The things that involves this is recycling materials or non-toxic paints, eco-friendly processes. It recognises that art has real effects on the environment.
This idea isn't new. It can also be traced back to the conceptual art movements of the 1960s and 70s. This is when artists began questioning how art is produced and consumed.
The environmental impacts of art includes energy consumption, toxic chemicals, water use and waste. But the artist can reduce harm by choosing sustainable materials, managing waste carefully, and maintaining cleaner, more energy efficient studios. Section 6, Eco Art, Green Growth and Environmental Creativity.
In this case, green growth in fine art focuses on recycling, upcycling, and repurposing materials.
Many artists turn disregarded objects into meaningful artwork that challenges how we think about waste and consumption.
Another thing, organisations like Green Art connect artists, museums, and communities to share sustainable practices. Section 7, Artists addressing the environment.
Many influential artists have indeed explored environmental themes.
One of these artists being Georgia O'Keeffe, who encouraged viewers to slow down and observe nature through symbolic flowers and landscapes around them.
Thomas Cole, who founded the Hudson River School, used organic materials and focused on natural landscapes.
Another artist is Anna Mendetta, created silhouettes directly in nature, integrating her body with the environment.
And a contemporary artist who made paint from toxic sludge was John Sabraw. And Nasiah Mustohu images nature reclaiming urban spaces through digital installations. Section 8, Ethics, Social Responsibility and Fair Use.
In fine art and illustration, social responsibility, mainly in fine art as well as illustration, means creating work ethically and with awareness.
Issues that around art include cultural appropriation, gentrification, representation and respecting cultural context.
Something I must also mention is copyright protects original artwork, whilst fair use permits limited use of contemporary criticisms or parody with boundaries.
The artist must balance personal expression with ethical decision making, avoiding harm or exploitation in their imagery. Section 9, Trends in Fine Art and Illustration.
Key trends over the last 20 years include digital art, sustainability, cultural identity, and AI-human collaboration.
And over the past 10 years, we've seen growing interest in environmental themes, art fairs, maximalism, and renewed interest in painting.
And in the last 5 years alone, digital art technologies, photography, and post-pop styles have gained significant momentum. Section 10, Niches, Identity, and Influences in Illustration.
An artist's niche is where their interest, the skills and the values and the audience intersect. It doesn't limit creativity, it creates identity.
Another thing is niches in illustration include children's books, fashion, food and drink, medical illustration, branding illustration, pet portraits, storybooks, and many more.
In fine art, the identity is shaped by recurring themes like culture, the memory, environment, or the politics.
To conclude on that, artists such as Arthur Rackham, Beatrix Potter, and Yoshitaka Amano Each developed a distinctive visual identity that still influences illustrators till this day. Section 11. Key figures, events and career pathways.
Juxtapose high fructose anesthesia, art, review, flash art, beautiful, bizarre and beneficial are important publications.
Major awards and expeditions include the World Illustrations Awards and the Great Expedition.
Jack Kirby, Franklin Booth and Bill Skyskowitz are known icons in the illustration community.
As well as the mid-career artists, that include Jean Julian, Malika Favre and Olympia Zagnoli, while rising stars include Alexandra Metcalf, Edith Tonelli and Monica Lee.
There are also crucial agencies in the industry such as Ink in Illustration, Folio Illustration, Advocate Art and Plum Pudding. Section 12. Career support roles.
2 roles that support my future career goal, becoming a tattoo designer, include being an apprentice and a tattoo assistant, which both provide a hands-on experience with techniques, design development and client understanding, which means I have to get the understanding of what the client wants on their body and what they want me to design for them. So basically, if one of them wants me to design a cat and it's an old pet that they used to have, then I have to put some meaning behind that, which is something that I really am interested in doing because I really want to connect with people further as through my art. And in doing so, I think that my future will be in great hands. Outro.
The creative industries are vast, diverse and constantly evolving. They connect culture, technology, community, well-being and the environment.
Whether through illustration, fine art, sustainable practice or ethical creativity, artists play a crucial role in shaping the world around us.
Thanks for joining us today.
And we hope this inspired you to explore your own creative pathway. Until next time, stay creative, stay curious.